Bonjour! And welcome to another episode of Slice of Fried Gold. There you go, Ben. Keeping it fresh.
How long did you come to think of that one?
I don't know. I sat at home and I was like trying to use Google Translate and do the whole thing in French. And then I realised there's a reason why I dropped French. So I just did bonjour.
Bonjour, ça va?
Comment parles-tu? I literally failed. Apart from like pomme de terre and choux, which is bloody potato and cauliflower. That's about all I remember.
But you don't even remember champignon?
La champignon. La champignon au lait.
You know, because I remember, in the lesson, it's like, what is la champignon? And everyone's like, it's champagne, it's champagne. It's like, no, it's mushroom.
Note how we remember the food items.
Of course.
And
you don't get this big without remembering food. God. Anyway, carry on with your introductions.
Anyway, with the intros. If you are joining us for the first time on YouTube, like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell so you get notified when we drop our episodes weekly. And if you are listening to us on Spotify, please do give us a 5-star review there and comment down below as well. This week's
and the pamplemousse. Carry on.
Pamplemousse.
Carry on.
Le informe... What was it? Oh, no, I lost that one. La bibliothèque.
Oh, well done.
Good word. Yeah, but anyway, Ben, how are you?
Yes. So I had an interesting email from one of my customers the other day.
Do tell.
So the email came through, and they'd written in the subject line,
Yes.
"This is the damage your driver has done."
Marvellous. Always good.
No. I mean, it doesn't happen often.
Yep, but it does.
But it can happen, you know. A driver is taking a corner too wide and he's clipped a sign, or a driver, as he's reversing, has accidentally, reversed into the building because they reversed into the bays. So, I've only known it to happen once so far.
Okay.
So, like I said, it really does not happen often.
Okay.
But it can happen. Okay. So immediately, this email pops up, I read the subject line, and I'm like,
oh, here we go.
Not today, please.
Yeah.
Nothing in the email, just a picture.
Right.
Guess what the picture was of?
Oh, God. Of a human. That's how much damage they done. There was just a person laying in the middle of the road.
Just an eyeball.
Oh, dear. Okay. Go. Tell.
It's a picture of a pothole.
A pothole?
A pothole.
Well, he didn't obviously do that, did he? What's wrong with that? Why?
And I literally stared at this email for 10 minutes, going, what? Like, what? What?
Oh,
and then I spent another 10 minutes trying to see if I could find a YouTube video from like CBeebies on how potholes are made. Because obviously the person who sent this email is not the brightest spark in the.
Yeah.
So it's like, do they need, baby's first pothole?
Yeah.
How potholes are formed.
Potholes for dummies, yeah?
Unfortunately, CBeebies have not done a YouTube video on how potholes are formed.
So CBeebies, please can you?
Oh, Bluey! Bluey would be a good one.
Bluey would be great.
The dad goes over a pothole and damages his wheel.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, and then I kind of like, I called my boss over and I was like, can I be mean? Can I go back and just rip into them? He's like, no. I was like, oh, but they're being stupid. He's like, I don't care.
Okay.
Be nice. I was like, okay.
Okay.
So I went back and I was like, okay, thanks for letting us know. We'll pass it on to the haulier. I haven't done shit.
Of course.
Because it's a fucking pothole. And anyway, I was like, can you tell me if this is a public road or a private road? Thinking, if they come back and saying it's a public road, then I can just, I don't know, report it to the local council at the delivery point. Because that's what you do. You find a pothole, you report it to the local council. Yeah. They come out and fill it. So I was like, is this public or a private road? And I was like, please don't come back and say it's a private road, because then of course they're going to want us to pay for the repairs, even though potholes take years to form.
Yep.
And he comes back and goes, oh, it's a public road. It's right outside the council offices. So I don't even have to report it to the council.
Just go, look out the window!
Hey, yo, local council! Look out your window! There's a pothole!
Oh,
And I was
Christ.
even more confused. I was just like, what is going on here? And
one of these things just doesn't belong here.
I was so confused.
Yeah.
And then I was like confused for the rest of the day. Like nothing made sense. And then I got another email from a customer today.
Yeah.
To put it in context, this customer is 85,
Oh, okay.
and I believe he should have retired years ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, he had a couple of deliveries a week ago. And so I had booked it in with the delivery, because he doesn't actually have the containers delivered to him.
Right.
He gets them delivered to literally as he buys them from America.
Yeah.
And as they're coming over from America, he sells them on to other people.
Right.
So I don't know where it's going until he gets here, and he's like, oh, I've sold it to this person, I've sold it to that person,
Right,
blah, blah,
okay.
blah, blah.
Yeah.
So he says, oh, I sold it to this person. So I then contacted them and go, oh, he sold you this container.
Yeah.
When would you like it delivered? They call up and say, oh, can we have it Tuesday?
Yeah.
But I, at the time, was at lunch. So
Okay.
a colleague took the phone call. But this colleague, she's been in the job a long time. So she knows the way the winds are going. So she literally has a notepad and she dates the notepad every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every phone call.
Every phone call,
Cool.
like, you know.
Yeah.
So she takes it, blah, 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 passes it on to me, like, oh, they want it for Tuesday. So I book it for Tuesday. I then, when the containers arrive and clear, I then email both my customer saying, oh, these are cleared, I'm booked in for Tuesday. I then also email the delivery point going, oh, these are cleared, and the hauliers confirmed them for Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday comes along, and I get a phone call from the customer. I'm here at the delivery point, the truck's here, and the delivery point is saying they have no knowledge of the container being here. That it's supposed to be delivered Wednesday. And I was like, no. So he was like, well, what are you going to do about it? I was like, let me talk to the delivery point, see if I can, because the container's already there now.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can sweet talk them into taking it.
Yeah.
So I call up the delivery point and I'm chatting to him. And he goes, yeah. I can't remember what I said to your colleague, but your customer, he called up and said if the containers are arriving into the UK on Saturday, they should be delivered Wednesday. And I was like, right.
Helpful.
The customer has confused you. Okay. And I was like, well, it's here now. Can you tip it? Please tip it, because otherwise it's
more money for everybody.
it's more money and more complication for everyone. He's like, yeah, we can tip it. It'll just take a bit longer than usual. I was like, great, fantastic. Job's a good one. Think nothing of it.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, the container has been tipped.
Yeah.
Job's a good one. Get an email from the customer today, and he's going through it all again about how the container turned up and the delivery point weren't aware of it. And he's like, and when I've raised my issues with grain shipping, I have not had a reply, and I think it's disgusting that you're ignoring us. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Because admittedly, this 85-year-old customer, sometimes he likes to email my boss rather than me.
Right.
So I was like, oh, boss man, did you get an email from this guy at all? He's like, no, I haven't had any emails from him. Why? What's going on? And I explained the situation to him. He's like, nope, not heard anything from him. So I went back to him and I was like, I explained the situation. I was like, and it was yourself who told the delivery point that deliveries were happening on Wednesday, not Tuesday.
Yeah.
Which is what was agreed between us and the delivery point.
Yeah.
I even then, attached the email where I'd confirmed that.
Per my previous email.
Well, no, because I attached the email from me to the delivery point. I was like, as per the attached email, I confirmed it for Tuesday on Monday. So, once again, delivery point hasn't accepted it. And I was like, I'm sorry that you feel like we have ignored you, but I can't honestly see any emails, nor has my boss received any emails that we are ignoring. So please, can you advise? And I haven't had a response.
Classic.
And he's just like, oh, this guy, he needs to retire. He absolutely needs to retire. But he won't. He just won't. Also found out that apparently, because like I said, he turns up at the delivery points to watch the deliveries tip. I've since learned that he only goes to one delivery point, and that's to perv on the owner's daughter.
Legend.
And it's like, yeah, you can do that when you're an 85-year-old man, can't you?
Not when you're a 30-year-old.
Not when you're a 30-year-old. No. That's creepy and the police get called. But when you're an 85-year-old man...
It's socially acceptable.
Yeah. You can be racist, you can be homophobic, you can perv on people.
It's all good.
He's 85. But,
Nice.
yeah, so that's been my week. How's your week been?
I've had an ongoing situation that I have not brought up yet, but now that it is resolved,
Okay.
I can tell you the whole story.
Go on.
So we had a woman emailing saying...
Not a woman.
Well, which woman? Yours was an old pervy man.
Yeah.
Mine was a woman. Claiming to have received food poisoning from us.
Right.
Now, she started getting aggy when we said that it was the dish that she had was impossible to receive.
Let me guess. Was it a vegetarian dish?
No. It was a fish dish.
Okay.
But the grade of fish, it's one of those fishes that you can eat like raw.
Right, yeah.
So it's like impossible to be like to receive that.
Yeah.
So we were like, no, we sold, including your portion, we sold 25 portions of that, over 2 days. It's impossible, it's good quality, it was fresh, it was caught the early hours of that morning, it was transported to us it was given to us that morning, I went through all of this. My stool sample confirms it is food poisoning. So I think you should check, deeper into your inquiries. I want my money back. Oh, do you? What? Okay, well, love, if you have had a food, stool sample, we're very sorry to hear about this. We have now informed the local council of your food poisoning and your stool sample, so they will be receiving your information from your doctors and or your medical professional on the thing as they are duty bound by law to do so.
Yeah.
2 days later, no reply to my email. Hi there, we've still not heard from the local council. Can you please chase up with your medical professionals so that way we can process your refund after they've confirmed that it is us that has done that? 2 days later, still nothing.
Shock of that.
Funny this, isn't it? You start bombarding me with emails, so I'm going to start bombarding you with emails. Oh, hi there. Still not heard anything from you. Can you please make sure, as we've noticed that you've paid cash by for your dinner on the system, we've got your cash behind the bar ready for you to collect. This was last week.
Yeah.
Has she come in to collect it?
No.
Absolutely not. Don't bullshit a bullshit. Okay? I know people. I can lie when I need to lie.
But
You can't lie to a restaurant and say that you've received a stool sample. Go.
did you ask her how she collected the stool sample? Because I'm imagining like a Ziploc bag and she just...
Yeah, she's like... But the thing
or
is,
a bit
right,
of tissue and she's like
caught it like that. But the thing is, when you're ill like that, stool samples have to be collected within 24 hours.
Yes.
Not like suddenly, 5 days later, I've had a stool sample. It's impossible. You can't lie about that bullshit.
I mean, maybe it's more, she's had the meal, she's like, right, I'm going to fake a food poisoning and get it. So then she purposely poisons herself with some raw chicken or something, then collects the stool sample from that. Who knows?
Yeah, but even then, it will come
Up as chicken.
as poultry, not fish.
Yes. I know.
This is what I'm saying. Just like, she's trying to basically aggravate us out of 30 quid.
Yeah.
30 quid. And all we've managed to do is basically call out her bullshit, and now she's not going to ever be able to come back because we know who she is.
Do you know what you should do?
What?
Because your Christmas party's coming up soon.
Yes.
You should take a picture at the staff Christmas party and then send it to him like, this is what your 30 quid paid for. You know, buy a round or something.
Take a video.
And be like, cheers, love.
Yeah, cheers, dearly. Shots all round on,
Deirdre.
Yeah, Deirdre. Good old Deirdre.
Thanks, Deirdre.
Cheers, Deirdre.
That's what you should do.
What a silly cow. But yeah, that's basically, this has been ongoing for like the last couple of weeks, so I felt like I could do like an update.
Right.
But as it's one of those things it was an ongoing situation, so I wanted to make sure that I had all the facts before I put it.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But that's kind of like the highlight of my week, or the last couple of weeks, knowing full well that I've called somebody out on their bullshit.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, usual stuff.
Sounds like a week where we both called out people out on their bullshit.
Basically. That's why when you brought it up, I was like, oh, if Ben's calling out people on bullshit, so will I.
I'm sorry, but a pothole? Really?
Pothole.
Like,
Oh, well.
really? Anyway.
People are pedantic, aren't they? Right. Speaking of pedantic, let's talk about this film.
You thought it was pedantic?
I was trying to segue.
Okay. Poor segue.
Yeah, I know.
Try again next time.
Anyway, right.
C minus, see me after class.
Oh, dear. Right. So, we've just been to see a film.
Yep.
Can't remember what it's called.
All of Us Strangers.
All of Us Strangers. You do your initial thoughts.
Right, okay. It wasn't bad,
Yeah.
per se. It's a very slow film, and not much happens in the film.
Yep.
But it is definitely a thinking film.
Mm-hmm.
Like to the point where we've come out of it and we've sat in the car with the people we go and see the films with
Yeah.
for a good
Half an hour. Half hour.
discussing it and theorizing about it. And those kind of films, that is exactly what you want. Like,
Yeah.
my best example is Inception. You all come out of it
Yeah.
and, is he dreaming? Is he awake? Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. We've come out of that and gone, is this? Is that? Da, 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 da. What did you pick up? What did you not pick up on?
Yeah.
You know, all those kind of
Did
things.
you guess the twist? Blah,
Did
blah,
you guess
blah.
the twist? Me and you, neither of us guessed the twist.
No, which
No.
is actually testament to the film.
Yeah.
I will give it that.
But American, he guessed it.
Yeah.
So,
Fair play to it.
points to America.
This one
time. But yeah, I didn't mind it. I liked the dichotomy because, of course, it's not really a spoiler because it's in the trailers. But he, whilst getting into a romance with someone in the current present day, he starts to see his parents from back in the 80s who are dead.
Yeah.
And he starts talking to them and everything and updating them on his life and everything. And I liked the dichotomy of, what it's like to be gay back in the 80s as compared to what is it to be gay now. It's like when he came out to his mum, one of the first things she said is, oh, but what about that terrible illness? I've seen the advert with the gravestone.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my God, that's a beautiful, way of, getting it across. It was very well done. And everything. And, the romantic interest was also, of a younger generation than the main guy. There was, 3 levels of, I don't want to say gay history, but sort of
But in a way, gay history.
In a way, gay history. You had the status of gay life in the 80s, the status of gay life in present day, and the status of gay life in present day from with 10 years younger kind of thing. And it was an interesting dichotomy. I really liked it. The storyline I liked in that regard. But yes, it was a slow film.
Yeah.
Very slow film. I don't think I'm in a rush to go back and see it. But then again, I kind of want to go back and see it so I can pick out the bits I missed because it's a thinking film.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a struggle really for me. It's do I recommend it to people or do I not? Because it is quite dull. It's a very thing. But then, as I said to the American, BBC films seem to be doing this right now.
That was an all 4 film, wasn't it? So.
Yeah, but wasn't BBC involved in it?
I
swear
don't
I
remember.
saw.
Oh, maybe. I don't remember that.
Because BFI is BBC's thing, isn't it?
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
I swear I saw a BBC film logo.
Maybe.
Because
I wasn't paying much attention.
last week we went and saw the one about the flood. That was a BBC film, and once again, that was a slow thinking film. Me and American went to go see Scrapper without you, and that once again was a slow thing. It's like they take this one topic and just,
I mean,
here's the topic, here's the characters, go.
I mean, I was going to bring that up in my thoughts.
Well, I've kind of run out of things to say, so your thoughts.
Okay, so I'm going to bounce off that, and then I'll go into that. So, the last, couple of weeks ago when we saw the one with Jodie Comer, and then this one, they've both been based on books.
Yes.
Now, to me, I'm wondering whether or not they're short stories, and they've not tried to elaborate too much on the film, and maybe they're trying to pad it out a bit more with the wide angles, trying to do some more of the scenery shots and things like that.
Yep.
Knowing full well that there's always an issue sometimes with taking a book that doesn't maybe necessarily have a lot of, short stories. There was a movie that just come out recently called, it was a horror one called Night Swim. Now, we didn't get to go watch it.
No.
But I watched Jeremy John's review on it, and he said it felt like a short story that was massively padded out that didn't need to be, and then he was like, and then I found out it was based on a short film.
Right.
So he was like, they've just basically taken the short movie that was only like 20 minutes long and added an extra hour of waffling.
Don't like waffle.
No, neither do I.
Unless it's in my dissertation at uni.
Yeah.
Or on my breakfast plate.
God, I saw a brilliant TikTok about that the other day.
What, about my dissertation?
About people writing their dissertation.
Okay.
And you know when it's that TikTok where they go, they'll never know. They'll never know. And what they were doing was they were adding words and then making the text white.
See,
and they're like boosting their word count.
But they're saying
they'll never know.
They'll say they'll never know. But for all we know, they might go through and
do that. I mean, with the fact that it had like 2 million likes and like 50 million views would say that probably the exam board now know.
Yeah.
But I thought that was hilarious. It was just the fact that you brought up that.
Okay.
But I thought this movie was okay. I do think pacing was a massive issue. But it was only an hour and 45. It was only an hour and 45. And I've got no issue with this movie being 15 minutes shorter and being a bit more punchier.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
But in a caveat to that, as he starts to spiral down,
the
pace picked up.
Yeah, it did. But
is that another sort of symbol for his deteriorating mental state?
Possibly. However, that when it started picking up, that's when I looked at my watch and I realised we still had half an hour left.
Right.
And I was just like, good Lord, I thought we were in the last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And it still went on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to be fair, a lot happened in that last half hour. And to be fair, and that last half hour, for me, was more, like, exciting than the first hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah. I would agree.
I felt more happened in that last half hour than it did in that first hour. That's what I'm saying about maybe, I obviously not have read the book.
Yeah.
But it could be, it's not going to be as thick as Lord of the Rings, but it might be only a short story.
Yeah.
And they've tried to pad it out a bit more, which could work.
Yeah.
For that story. But overall, I thought it was an okay film. I do feel lately, like you said, a lot of movies have been doing that padding out with scenery and staying on shots for so long, and it's starting to like bore me. I'm really starting to lose.
Now that I pointed it out to you.
Yeah, but it's really, really starting to lose my patience with it.
Yeah.
So, I do think that I'm going to kind of maybe not necessarily be more critical on what movies we watch, but like this said drama, and I laughed more in this movie than we did The Handovers, which was supposed to be a comedy drama.
Holdovers.
The Holdovers, yeah. Where this was supposed to be just a drama.
Yeah.
And I do feel like a lot of movies are like miscategorizing themselves. I wouldn't even class this as a drama.
What would you have classed it as then?
I would have classed it, now watching it all the way through, I would have classed it more as like psychological. Because not like as in scary psychological.
Are you talking like a psychological thriller?
But
not the word thriller.
But not thriller, yeah. That's right, like psychological. I mean, there was essence of drama. Maybe like a psychological drama.
Yeah.
I don't think it was just a pure drama.
No.
Just as whatever it was not a comedy drama. I feel like a lot of movies lately are being miscategorized.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see a little bit of reform. Is that the right word? I would like them to really think about what they're categorizing their movies.
Yes. I will say it was acted very well.
Oh God, yeah. Okay, yeah. Standoff. And the fact that actually, when the credits came on, and there was very few cast members, was.
There was literally
I wasn't going to say
main character, love interest,
Interest.
mum, dad,
Yeah.
and
And an
one,
extra.
yeah. So there was like,
So there was literally like 5 people.
yeah.
And like, is he Andrew Scott? Is that his
Yeah.
name? He holds this movie. He's
Yeah,
in
yeah.
every single scene. You know, he is in it the
He's
whole...
the main character, so.
Yeah, but not all... Yeah, I mean, Harry Potter's not in every scene. You know what I mean? You know what? Yeah, but just because you're the main character doesn't necessarily mean you're always in every
No,
scene.
but
what
when
I'm saying
you're the
is-
main character of a film about your mental decline,
Yeah.
you're going to be in every scene.
Well, yeah. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to.
It's about your mental decline, not neighbour, Shirley down the road with
No.
with the corgis' mental decline.
No. She's definitely got mental decline.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with corgis.
But yeah, overall I thought it was an okay film. I probably wouldn't watch it again in the cinema. I think I'd like to watch it more in the comfort of my own home to be able to pause and go pee. But yeah, overall it was okay. Should we do final thoughts?
Final thoughts?
Don't be trying to call people out and bullshit on emails.
Yeah, potholes take longer than just a day to form.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they take years.
Yeah.
Plus,
like-
also potholes are appearing everywhere over the country right now.
Yeah.
You probably, as I've driven Paddy home tonight, you probably heard me drive over about 50 of them.
Yeah.
Because my God, the road to Manning Tree
Is
is
horrendous.
terrible.
UK government, sort it out.
So yeah, potholes do not just form on one lorry driving over them.
Yeah.
I was also tempted to go back to the customer and go, well, maybe if you don't put so much shit in the container, the lorry wouldn't be as heavy.
You're a heavy load.
You're a heavy load. When you're 85, you just retire.
Just retire and
Just
let you
give it up.
either get your protege to take over, or your son, or your daughter, or your child, or your nephew, or your daughter's kids, or whatever. I spiraled.
Yeah, and not in a good.
But
funny
I was
way.
just like, I wasn't trying to be funny, but I was just like trying to say there are other people that can take over your business for you.
Or just close the business. Be done with it. Liquidate it.
We don't
And then fuck off to Senegal or something.
Yeah.
Why Senegal?
I don't know. Why not?
Why not?
But yeah, and All of Us Strangers, okay.
It's all right. It's a thinking film.
It's a thinking film.
And-
If you're not in the right mindset, like our other friend was, you are not going to like be with it.
And also, if you want to learn a bit more about sort of gay life,
Yes. Yeah.
'cause, like it hit the nail on the head on gay life.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
You know, with drugs and
Yeah.
clubs and meeting strangers in lifts and
Yeah.
you know the whole walking through a park and head nod. And it's all there.
And just to confirm, you are.
Yes, I am speaking from experience. I would sit there and go, "Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, I've done." Haven't done any of the drugs, Mr. and Mrs. South. I'm good.
No, we are drug friendly.
We are not drug friendly.
Oh, well, drug free people.
Drug free.
I'm really tired today, okay? I want to go to bed.
I was sitting there going, yeah, I've been in the club, yeah, I've done that, yeah, I've nodded at someone randomly in a park. And then when they broke out the drugs, I was like, ooh, I've not done that.
No, don't do that.
So,
Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs.
don't do drugs. Unless it's off a key in a gay bar, in a gay bar bathroom, then snort that shit like there's no tomorrow. Because there probably won't be, because you don't know what you're taking.
And this is the segment of don't listen to Ben's advice.
No. Don't follow me, I walk into things.
He does.
And then I apologise to them.
He does. It's quite amusing. With that-
I did my owl thing this
my
weekend. For context, people, when I hit an inanimate object against another inanimate object, I say "ow" on the object's behalf.
If you put like 2 frying pans and like stacking them into a cupboard, and they go like clonk, he goes ow.
I say "ow" on their behalf.
So-
And I did that this weekend, and the person I was visiting was like, "Have you hurt yourself? What have you done?" I was like, "No, I haven't." I was like, "I've hit my bag again. I hit my bag against like the banister or something." And I was like, "I just hit my bag against the banister." He was like, "So why did you say ow?" I was like, "Saying it on the bag's behalf."
Honestly.
Anyway,
Thank you very much for joining us. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below on your thoughts. Have you seen this week's movie? If you have, let us know.
have you called out anyone on bullshit? Have
Yep.
you had random queries from customers or clients where you've gone, yeah, I'll see to that, and then done nothing? Let us know down below. What did you do?
Have you caused a pothole? you know, all those beautiful things. And if you are listening to us on Spotify, let us know there as well, and do give us a 5-star review. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye, guys.
Cheers. Bye.